Hello, it's Mrs. Gigi here. Together with MELODIMADE, I am going to show you how to create a junk journal. So, hashtag junk journal with us. Any one of you who want to participate can use it. And I've done a cover for mine. This is the one that I'm going to use, and I'm going to show you a little bit of how I made it. This is watercolor paper. I'm actually going to make the cover for my fall journal that I'm going to make, and I'm starting it out by having 1/2 inch approximately like that folded to create the spine back here, and doing the exact same thing on the other side, 1/2 inch like that. In that case you have this spine and it's ready to become a journal. In this case, when making it a journal that I'm going to use for this project, I had a cover I've made before, and it's just scrapbook paper and, you know, all bits and scraps glued on to a paper a little bit thicker than, I'm thinking, oh, this is actually a watercolor paper, so it's kind of thick. I'm going to create the spine, and with this, as I've already done this paper, I felt I needed to show you how to create the spine properly with the other one. And in this case I am going to create 3 holes for the stitching, approximately 1 inch from the top. Let's see, I'm actually going with white like that so that you can see, and 1 inch, and then 1 in the middle, of course, to have the attachment there, somewhere in the middle like that. The ruler that I used was centimeters, but this is what I do. I use an awl, taking the upper part there, creating a hole, taking it in the middle as well, another hole, and then another one on the bottom part of the journal, like that. So you have 3 holes for this pamphlet stitch. In this particular one, I've been looking around using whatever paper I could find. So this will create my signature, and this is from Melody, but I printed out black and gray and white, and painted papers just to show you how to sew in the signature. I also took an envelope because I wanted to have it in there, and then a magazine page. So I am going to sew in this signature just to show you how I am making it. And in my aim to think about what do we all have, I came up with the idea of using clothespins. because, you know, that is a thing that almost every one of us has. And I'm just going to clip them to hold it, really. It's easier. Like this. And then poke some holes, and I am doing it the easy way just to show you this thing in the middle like that. Going to do it almost. Let's see, where do we have it? There. And then an inch. And meeting it up there. And then doing the same at the bottom here. I'm actually going to turn it around because it's easier. And then 1 inch in to create the hole for the signature. So we have 3 holes here. And as I turn it around, I'm going to check that this is the way that I want it, and it is. So I am going to sew it in now using a thicker needle. This one, just because I like the eye of it. Also going in with a thicker thread. And I'm doing it this way that Melody also showed. 3, just because this thread is easier to, I'm not really bothered if I need to use more than, cut off more than I need or something like that. In this case, I'm actually going to divide it. Going to use the darker one just to show you, as it shows up a little bit better. Going in the middle, leaving a tail, something like that. Going, in my case, down, and then into the signature itself, like that. Going up in there, the upper part, and into the hole in the cover. As tight as possible with this. So tightening it all up, going in the back side and through the hole, trying not to pierce it. If you do, there's nothing really terrible about it, but look at it like proper. So let's see, tightening it and seeing that you have it all like you want. Looking at the thread on this, the back here, this is too loose, this is too loose. I have to tighten it just a little bit more, and you know, just looking at it on the back side. And when I have it as tight as I want it, it's important to have one thread on each side of this string there in the middle, tightening it up and just make a knot, double, and you have the strings. I'm going to cut them off like that. I don't want it too long, but inside the cover of this journal. So we have this little journal here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, and it is exactly the same as I've done with this one, but I've done a little bit special up here, like that, BOHO-y, and used Melody's paper and trying to create something fun for this month. I hope that this was a useful video for you, and now to the even more fun part of it, creating the altered playing card. So I have a playing card here. I've chosen the red one, just going in with a little bit of a nail file to have it, you know, not so glary. And I'm going to create something fun with it to alter it. So first I'm going to use some paint, just a little bit, like that, and have a little bit of a background. Just for the fun of creating one like this. So I have bits and pieces of paper that I'm going to use. Thinking half of this maybe. And then maybe take it a little bit smaller on the upper part there. Looking into what I have, and in this case I'm going to use Melody's kit. Let's see, we have these little smaller ones. We also have this one. Let's look into using part of that. Would be nice. And this is from Melody's kit, Authentic Soul. You can find in her on her website or on Patreon. Let's see, going to glue this one down. melodymade.com or Patreon and search for Melody Made. And of course I will put the links down in the description box. Things like that, so that you easily can find Melody's beautiful things that she has in her shop. See, I do want to have something blue in here too, so I'm going to create small strips of blue. Attaching one up here at the top. And then let's see if we can use that one. Yep, we will use that one at the bottom of it. I'm also going to attach, let's see, where do I have it? I've done fabric ruffles. I've done some of them. Let's see if we can have something like this. Maybe this one, like up at the top there. Cut part of it off, creating two ruffles out of one. And have a little tab. And in this case, I'm actually going to sew it in. So I'm using thread and needle. Let's see, going in on the front side of it first. It's easier to start out that way. Nothing fancy, just going up and down. And as this is going to be a little bit of a boho-y feel, I don't really mind threads hanging and things like that. The whole thing about this junk journal that Melody have us make together is have fun. It is fun to create. I'm using mine for daily journaling. I'm using mine to create some happy memories. You know, whatever I feel like using, I have for mine. But you can use whatever you like. Creating a little thing for your animal, putting pictures and things inside of it, and things like that. So this is a little tab. And as you can see, nothing really fancy. And so it needs something though. maybe a picture or something of. So let's go into looking at that. Maybe like a postage stamp would be nice. Let's look into a postage stamp. Blue or a purple one. Let's see. Going to use this one. Like that. And you know, you don't have to do it anything else but like this for the playing card. You can of course do something for the back, and you know what, little bits of scraps using Melody's digital, and here I have it, the altered playing card. And of course, I am going to use it in my journal that I'm making for her, for the, in my case, the design team. So there you have it. And thank you for watching. I hope that everyone that's seeing this is getting inspired of starting your own journal. And if you want to participate, don't forget about the hashtag Junk Journal with us. That's the one we are going to use. So thank you everyone, and I will link all the information down in the description box so that you can get started with this junk journal fun. Bye everyone.